This is the 2023 Honda CRV, the most popular CRV for a long time. And we're going to find out today if it is the most usable and versatile SUV in class. This is the EXL model, but Sport and Sport Touring come with the hybrid powertrain. This model is front-wheel drive, but the hybrid models, the Sport and the Sport Touring, come with standard all-wheel drive. So let's take a quick look at what we have here as far as the exterior goes. Seeing at night, no problem. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, and LED tail lights. We'll take a quick look at the rear. A little bit bright, being early in the morning, we're going to have to deal with that. Now, one thing is you may not see major differences here with these LED tail lights as far as from one generation to the next, but there are some minor differences there. You will find heated, power adjustable, manually folding side view mirrors. And let me go over here to the other side so I can show you that you do have turn signal indicators built in. By the way, this being the EXL trim level, the sticker price is $35,005. When it comes to overall size, there is an increase basically everywhere you look. While it's not massive, there is a 1.6-inch increase in overall length. 2.7 inches in wheelbase, that's the center of one tire to the center of the other. And as far as overall width, well, it's an almighty 0.4 inches of an increased width on the new CRV. The biggest noticeable change is going to be the more squared off front end. Obviously, the direction that Honda is going with these models. You will also find the air curtains here located right here within the front end, obviously on both sides, to help improve gas mileage. And if you're wondering what this area is up here, kind of shaped almost like a triangle of sorts, that's Honda Sensing. That's going to be your lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, road departure mitigation. All that stuff is part of Honda Sensing, and it's going to be standard on every single trim level. And for you keen-eyed observers, I know we've looked at the side view mirrors, but we'll take a quick look again because they have been redesigned for 2023, part of the changes of this model. Something else that has changed: if you open the hood on your new CRV, you don't have to go hunting around for that manual rod to prop things up and keep them in place. It has, for the first time ever, hydraulic hood struts. And when you open the hood, it reveals the 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine, turbocharged, made into a CVT, but it is a well-behaved CVT, so don't worry too much about that. 190 horsepower, 179 pounds-feet of torque. As I said earlier, it's front-wheel drive. And what about those all-important MPGs? Well, you can see what they are right there. 28 city, 34 highway, 30 combined, and 3.3 gallons of gas used for every 100 miles you drive. And if you're curious to see what the remote looks like, well, there you go. That's what your remote looks like. It does have remote start. You can open the rear tailgate right there, and if somebody's chasing after you to your CRV, you can thwart them off, hopefully, with the panic button right there. And if you want to tow with your CRV, well, depending on how it's equipped, it can tow up to 1,000 pounds. And how about cargo capacity? That's a big part of versatility and usability. 33.3 up to 36.9 cubic feet. And then you can actually change the position of the floor here. Let me lift up the floor right there, the cargo tray, and show you that you do have the ability to lower this floor. That's, I believe, as low as it goes right there. So you can put it in a few different areas. You've got some space here. And then also, let me show you a couple of things here about the rear seats. Obviously, if your rear seat passengers want to relax, well, you can see how far back that can recline. That's pretty good. And then when you lower both sides, I'm just going to do one side here, you maximize cargo capacity up to 76.5 cubic feet. You're going to find that you have some cargo lighting back here, and even though you can't see it right there, there is lighting right there. Now, these are not standard features, but those are lighted strips right there that can be put into the rear of this area. Also, hooks for the bags right there. You can also put in a cargo cover to conceal things away if you want to. And then when it comes time to lower the tailgate, if you want to say, well, it's too high where it was before. Here's what you do. So I've brought it down to the position where I want it to stop. And then I'm going to hold the button down and listen for the beeps. Okay, so we'll close that real quick and then open it back up real quick just so you can see that. That's very good, because depending on your situation, depending on a person's height, depending on the height of where they are parking, well, it can be very helpful to be able to change the height of the tailgate. Now, being that this is not a full-size SUV, well, you probably aren't too surprised to find that there aren't super large door bins back here, but enough to be able to store a large bottle, maybe some snacks behind. So there is some space back there, and let's hop inside here. Now, something that is interesting here, I've never quite understood this. Why do these Hondas often come with one seat back pocket on one side but not on the other? And you have the rear air conditioning vents here, but that is about it, at least on this trim level. You're not going to find connectivity back here, but you will find a sunroof. Now, I am a little surprised that Honda didn't put in a panoramic sunroof. Tell me what you think about that down in the comments section. And here on the driver's side door, well, basically everything you would expect to see. Something that I think is good is that unlike some Hondas, you do have the controls for those power side view mirrors on the door panel as opposed to up here on this area. You also have two settings for seat memory right here. We'll reach over and hit the push button start and show you the center screen right here, not the center screen, but the driver's instrument cluster, just to show you what all is there. If you want to change driving modes, here is your drive mode selector. So let's show you what happens when we go into different modes: Econ, normal. We're also going to have snow. So if you live in an area where it snows a lot, well, now you know what your options are with that. Steering wheel mounted controls. Here's your adaptive cruise control. You can make changes on that and manage that there and go through quite a few different features here with the instrument cluster as far as different things you might want to know about the vehicle. Also, control for your wipers front and rear. Here's how you're going to control the functionality with your lighting on the exterior of the vehicle, and obviously that's the blinker lever. And here is the infotainment screen. This is actually not the largest that's available for these new CRVs, but a very nice look. And its positioning is really meant to help the driver to keep their eyes more focused on the road instead of being as low as it used to be and kind of inset into the dashboard. That's why its position is here. It's vertical, and it's very easy to use, as you can see right there. It is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capable, so when you pair your phone, well, all of that is going to work just fine. You've got your display mode there. You've got a lot here that you can obviously use and take advantage of. It's very, very easy to use. And your controls here for your dual zone climate control. You can see that you have the heated seats here. Heated only, unfortunately. Would be good to have heated and ventilated, but there that is. And connectivity, yes, there is some connectivity here. You can see your USB connections right there and the 12-volt power outlet. Wireless charging for the cell phone right there, always a benefit. And here is your conventional style shifter. So Honda not adding the push button shifter to the CRV. That's good. You do have some push button options here. Hill start assist. You can turn the auto stop start feature off right there. Power parking brake and brake hold mode. If you turn that on when you come to a complete stop, well, that means that the vehicle will stay locked, or the brakes will stay locked until you touch the gas again. So that has its benefits. Cup holders right here. And then let's take a look inside of the center console. A little bit hard to see in there because it's kind of dark in here, but we'll give you the best view possible. As you can see, the tray right there is removable. There is a lot of space here. Here is the control for your power sunroof, and you don't have the conversation mirror here. So if you're looking for the conversation mirror, you might be disappointed, but it's not here. But you do have the sunglass holder and the sun visor with the vanity mirror. That's got its advantages, obviously. And then let's see how far back that will extend. All the way back. That's really good, because that means when the sun is on the left side of the vehicle, it won't be giving you trouble in your peripheral vision. Okay, one of the best features about the new CRV is the driving experience. The ride quality is great. it's still a very maneuverable vehicle, easy to get around. It's very nimble, very agile, a great turning radius, and a couple of things I didn't mention earlier. Obviously, you have power seats here in the front and a fully adjustable tilt and telescopic steering wheel. So that makes a big difference as far as being comfortable as a driver, obviously. And you might wonder, well, what about the experience with that CVT and 190 horsepower under the hood? How does all that work? Well, the Honda CVTs, at least the newer generation, seem to be, well, more well-behaved, better behaved, we'll say, than any I've dealt with before in the past. So that's a good thing. 190 horsepower seems to be plenty to get you around in the CRV. It would be nice to have a few extra people in here as far as overall weight goes, maybe some cargo in the rear area, but I still believe it would be absolutely no problem. And obviously, being that you can get these CRVs in all-wheel drive, you have the multiple driving modes, including snow mode. With Sport and Sport Touring, you're going to get that. And that means that if you deal with a lot of snow and ice, well, you'll be able to get around just fine in that without a problem, as long as it's not 10 feet deep or anything like that. You know, a few inches, yeah, no problem whatsoever. That's a fact. So let's get out on the road real quick here, and we'll do a quick little acceleration test. Let's see how it goes. So we're gonna drop the hammer, if you can really call it that. So there we go. We're going a little faster than we should be right now, but it's all part of the test drive, so I don't want to hear any complaints in the comments section, but we'll slow back down. Anyway, you know, it's kind of an interesting thing. With the CVT being a single-speed transmission, it really kind of, your ear doesn't hear the gears changing. You don't feel the gears changing. So in a way, it's kind of like driving an EV. Without the sound of the engine, it does something to you as far as the actual mental experience, the physical experiences of driving a vehicle. So the reason I say all of that is with the CVT, it seems like it's not moving as fast as you want it to, but then you look down at the speedometer and realize, oh, I'm going faster than I should be. So that is good. The seats themselves are comfortable. They have the right amount of bolstering for what you need here. Obviously, this is not a high-performance vehicle, but the bolstering is there not only for comfort, but if you do feel kind of sporty, well, and you're driving spiritedly in your new 2023 CRV, and you're making sure that when you change lanes in front of somebody, you're using that lever over here on the left-hand side. See, that's kind of funny. They didn't use it when they cut in front of me, but they used it over there. Okay, distracted by a bad driver. That's not hard to find in Shreveport. Anyway, comfortable. It's just comfortable. Everything here, easy to use, easy to learn. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there that have never had a vehicle with all the technology, the infotainment screen, being able to pair your smartphone, all of those great features and functionality, and you're saying to yourself, I just don't know that I'm ready for that yet. I'm scared of it. Honda is the best place to start for anybody in that position. So if that's you, check out these Honda CRVs. The infotainment screen is very easy to use, very easy to learn. And this isn't the largest one available, so depending on your situation, well, you can always get a larger screen, and it's easy to use and easy to learn, easy to see out of the vehicle. You don't have a bad blind spot back there when you look over your right shoulder, but obviously having blind spot monitoring built into these side view mirrors, well, it really eliminates any issues there whatsoever. But overall, driving this brand new, fully redesigned CRV is a great experience. So tell me what you think down in the comments. Is the 2023 Honda CRV the most usable and versatile SUV in class? Tell me what your answer is, and tell me why you answered the way that you did. To learn more about the model in today's video, visit the link in the description for a detailed comparison between trims and pricing for the vehicle we featured or any vehicle you may be interested in. These pages feature information such as our recommended trim level based on price, value, and features. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. We look forward to seeing you next time.